Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the art of nonsense. Lan Mind with the takes, it's explosive. Chris Anthony, indie guy, then you know this is Art of Nonsense. What? Art of Nonsense. Who? Art of Nonsense. Art of Nonsense. Yo. Lan Mind with the takes, it's explosive. Chris Anthony, indie guy, then you know this is Art of Nonsense. What? Art of Nonsense. Who? Art of Nonsense. Art of Nonsense. Yo.
You hold it.
Yo, where'd you go, man? Why'd you leave me?
I'm gonna come right here.
Wow. Yo, you like my new lantern water bottle?
Your lantern water bottle. That is ginormous. Why?
OD.
Why is it so big? Anybody listening to this and not visually
said,
seeing it? If you
Yo, that's great.
If you're on the Spotify side, we're talking about a water jug. All right. I don't want people to get confused and be like, yo, what are they doing over there?
Yeah, why is it so big on an audio recording? It's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So before we start the podcast, I'm recording right now. You wanted to talk about your Knicks. Continuation from the last episode before we start, right?
Hey.
All right, so what were you going to say? If they win tomorrow, we're recording this Friday. Game 3 is Saturday.
If they win tomorrow, I don't know, man.
What don't you know?
I don't know. You're going to have to, just know. You said what you said.
I said what I said. But I didn't do like Paul Pierce. I'm going to walk 15 miles if the Celtics lose.
I know. No, I know that. But
what I said was, I thought that.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Anything else, right. I want you to apologize to my team.
They didn't even win anything.
No. You thought we were getting swept, and we already won 2.
I said swept. I did say swept, and if you're tuning into my streams, I did say swept.
No. Not only did you say swept,
but I said maybe one game. Maybe one game.
You also said we had absolutely
no chance of beating them.
No shot whatsoever.
And you believed it too.
No, I didn't.
You're like,
I said we got a chance.
No. Yeah. Because you said, because you were hoping that they would get hurt. Anything is possible if everybody dies.
On paper, right? Obviously, the Celtics have the better team. But this year, my New York Knicks have the best chance. Did I not say that?
If they got hurt, is what you said.
No. I said this is the year they got the best chance.
Oh, yeah. This is the best year they have, yes, because of getting Cat.
I said that.
And Bridges, right? And so
far, my point has been absolutely proven. So apologize to my team.
No.
I'm sorry, New York Knicks. I said we're going to get blown out every game.
Okay.
And you guys are going to get swept. All right? I want you to apologize to my team right now.
If you're watching this right now on Monday, right, you would know by now if we were right or wrong. Chris is speaking as if they already won, okay?
No, I'm not.
That's how you talking. That's how you talking.
I'm just saying for you specifically, because you specifically said sweep. Maybe one game.
Gentleman sweep.
The Knicks had absolutely no chance in hell to win this series.
Vince McMahon, play the tune.
Right? So I just want an apology from you because we already won 2, which is more than you even said maybe.
So you're going based off of that. Okay, so let's break it down, right? You guys were down by 20 2 times in a row towards the end of the third quarter. Now, in that moment, would you admit you thought it was a wrap?
Never.
Yeah, so I want to break my whole desk right now. You're such a liar. I want to karate chop my desk because you know when you see you're like, the end of the third quarter, about 20. Damn, so I think we cooked.
No. Look. End of third quarter? It wasn't end of third quarter.
It was like 4 to 5 minutes in the third quarter on both games. Deja vu.
That's 16 whole minutes, bro. That's a lot of basketball left. All you need, listen. All you need is one run.
Yeah. Hey, okay. So would you admit this?
I'll tell you why I don't believe, right? I'll tell you why I believe.
Why you believe in Joe
Because
Hendry?
this is the first time, that a Knicks team could come back the way they have ever. They did it against Detroit the first game.
Yes.
Okay. They can do it. They got the defense for it and the offense for it now. Okay.
So that's why I'm realistically saying I did not believe it was over. Now, if it was the fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left and they were still down by 20, hey, y'all
Okay.
got it.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Now, let me say my point. Because would you admit that the Boston Celtics lost the game more than the New York Knicks won the game? Would you admit that, yes or no?
No.
You're crazy. That's how I know you don't watch basketball.
How
You
am I
watch the
crazy?
highlights. You're a highlight guy. You're like ESPN top 10.
No. Explain to me how I'm crazy.
I'll explain it. So, how you go down by 22 games in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you were never, in the first 3 quarters, you were never really, holding your own in these games. You were never really competitive in these games.
Not necessarily. That's
Okay.
not true. That's how I know you didn't watch the games.
I'll tell you this. The reason
the first 2 quarters were very competitive, and then the third
I'm talking
quarter
about-
we would lose the third quarter every time.
I'm talking about
That's
overall.
it.
I'm not talking about each minute per quarter. I'm just talking about overall in that time up into the 20 points deficits.
Yeah, we were always close
Okay.
until the 20-point deficit.
Yeah, but my whole thing is it shouldn't get away from you if you're winning the game. I'm saying the Celtics lost the game more than the Knicks won the game because you're at home. That's one. You should not be losing a 20-point lead 2 times. I also put this on the Boston Celtics head coach. He's being outcoached by Tom Thibodeau. There's a other reason behind this as well. Porzingis is not playing as many minutes. I think he came out early too, if I'm not mistaken, in the first game. Yeah. And then we would also admit Brown is not 100% either. These are 2 key players.
100%.
And Tatum is a ghost. You don't see him. He's not playing ball at all.
It's not just them either.
Then
all their other role players aren't doing anything either.
Yeah, and then how do you miss 75 3-pointers in 2 games?
Good defense.
I will say towards the end of game 2, the defense was up a notch. You know what I'm saying? From the Knicks side, making them miss those 3-point shots. But my thing is, if you're the head coach of the Celtics, you are telling your team, take it slow. Do not chuck threes. You guys haven't been doing anything from the 3-point line. Stop going in for layups and then dishing it out to the 3-point line and then missing it on and on and on and on.
I'll tell you why he doesn't, though.
Why?
Because that's how they won the championship.
Okay, so we both would agree, and I know Celtics fans are going to be upset with this, right? That they have the easiest path to a final. You're telling me the Mavs were challenging?
Yes.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. The Mavs were not challenging against the Celtics in the finals.
Man, I don't know what you're
and the
talking
Pacers
about.
didn't do anything either. That's why I said it's going to lead into my next thing. I would love to see the Pacers. I'm not a Knicks fan, nor am I a Pacers fan.
Pacers versus Knicks would feed families for centuries.
All right, so I'm a Bulls fan. So I think as far as story goes, this would be perfect because as we know last year, the Knicks and Pacers were facing each other in the same round 2, but the Knicks were injured. Everybody was non-existent. So the Indiana Pacers had it. They had the game 1 before they even started game 1. You know what I'm saying? And
we took them to 7.
But when you know what I mean, it's like
we took them to 7.
But they had the opportunity.
Roster.
That's what I'm saying. They had the opportunity. If you guys were not injured, would you agree that you guys would have won at least 5 or game 6? It wouldn't have gone to 7. Yeah, exactly. So isn't it beautiful? Now the Pacers are up 2 against the Cavs, and the Cavs are bad right now.
I honestly think the Pacers sweep.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that Boston comes back and wins game 3 in the Garden?
I would rather them win game 4 if they win a game.
No, I don't see them winning. I see them winning not game 3 because I think Madison Square Garden is going to be rocking. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. And the Celtics are already down 2-0 and they're coming into that building and it's going to mess them up.
I think they win game 4.
Okay.
Because
I could see
that's
that.
When the pressure is really on the Knicks.
And that would be game 4 would be Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to close this out. You got to do this. You got to do that.
Their backs against the wall. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, yo. And the Celtics are still the defending champs, right? Like with the Pacers, I know they're still doing something crazy, but it's like,
but they're
not facing the defending champs. They're facing a beat up Cavs team.
But they are one of the best teams, and they just don't have their players. That's the thing.
So it's like they're beating a beat up Cavs team with 3 of their biggest like players out right now, and it's
Mhm.
like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where even though the Celtics aren't 100% healthy, majority of their roster is fine. Outside of Porzingis right now,
I think that's a key
nobody's
component, though.
missing. Nobody's missing major time though.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: even in game one, when Porzingis was playing the minutes before he got sick,
Mhm.
right?
Why? Wait. Why did you do quotations? Why did you do
I
that?
didn't do. I said this.
Oh, I thought you went
I
sick.
didn't do this. No,
Because
before
you're up there, I can't see your hands.
no. Before he got sick, he wasn't doing anything anyways.
But you have to admit, okay, obviously he is a body, right? So he's gonna help in the paint at some point, right?
No, but here's my thing: when he was in, this is what I'm trying to say.
But he hasn't
Why
played
is he
against.
not?
You're talking
Why is
about
he
the
not
series
guarding
prior.
Cat? No, I'm talking about this series. In the first game, he started the first
Well,
quarter and a half.
I think the reason is Cat is just a better player. So to try to hold him down, he's not really an inside guy, Cat. He doesn't play his
Yeah,
back
but
against the board.
why is Porzingis not on that? That's the perfect matchup to prove it.
I guess
Former Nick, right? A former Nick,
yeah.
go do it. Prove yourself. He's not doing it. Obviously, he's not fully healthy or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You know, here's my thing that I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, the 73 pointers, right?
That's a big point. You can't ignore that. That's crazy.
Here's a bigger point. The Knicks shot terrible from the free throw line first two games.
Yes, they have.
One.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson is playing like ass.
Okay. I would say
He's playing terrible.
that's why I say this. That's why I say I feel like the Knicks, they're not winning the game. It's more the Celtics losing the game because the Knicks are not playing well. They're just coming together. That's why they call him Captain Clutch. I see the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
He is
Captain.
clutch, though.
Yeah, it's coming towards the end of the game. How you win the first game by 3 and then the second game by 1? It's just so close. It's
That's what we need.
so
That's what we
close.
need.
But that's
what
when
we
Brunson
need.
shines right
That's
at
what
the
we
end. You know what I'm saying?
need.
But this is what I mean. The Knicks got to really step it up because if they lose game 3, Christopher, I think it's over. I don't think they recover from that.
You're just a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm not, because the games are
you're a
so
hater.
close. The games are so close. Imagine.
So now,
okay,
we need the Knicks what they need. I think Cat plays a big role remaining of the games because one, he has probably the most experience getting further into the playoffs than everybody else, right?
okay.
Because Western Conference,
Mm-hmm.
finals last year with
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota's. He plays a huge role.
Listen, the Wolves are playing good, but they just can't, they can't really beat Golden State.
I think they are, unfortunately. If Steph doesn't come back,
That's the
fast
only
enough,
factor. That's the only factor. If Steph doesn't come
It's
back
gonna
because
be-
they
it's gonna
lost
be
last
tough.
night, you know what I'm saying? But that's because Steph Curry's not there. Steph Curry doesn't come back, it's a wrap.
And then if Jalen Brunson can figure it out, which I think he can, right? Because now this is 2 games in. First game, he didn't play terrible, but it's just not what we're used to seeing from
There's
him.
no consistency from him.
Second game, he played horrendous until like literally the end.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
he only got 17 points.
Yeah, only.
If he gets 30, I think we're good.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that what if the Celtics come in guns blazing and the crowd is just quiet? Like they can't, the Knicks cannot come back. The Celtics are just constantly in the lead. I think it messes with the Knicks mental, and I don't see them coming back to win because they're not playing great ball at all.
Honestly, I think Boston's mental is messed up already right now.
Being down 2-0 from
I think they're messed
losing
up.
2 games at home.
Have you seen their faces after both games?
Yes, they seem defeated. Yeah.
They look terrible.
But this is the thing. If you're a championship caliber team, you got to
Right.
find a way to come back from these losses. The series is not over. There's still games left. They have
agree.
to win. They have to win a game there.
I don't think it's gonna be easy.
No,
either team.
no, it's not. It's not.
Whatever happens.
I think it's harder for the Knicks than the Celtics, though. I think the Celtics can find a way. I don't think the Knicks are that championship caliber team that they just turn on the switch because we haven't seen the switch turn on.
We just saw two games in a row. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is where you and I differ. This
What
is
are
why
you
I'm
talking
saying the
about?
Celtics are
We just saw
losing the
two-
game.
No.
They're the one making
But-
the most mistakes, the turnovers and
No.
everything.
But who's responsible for those turnovers? You're acting like it's not good defense.
I no, I'm not.
That's leading to
That's why I
offense.
say Thibodeau is showcasing great leadership in his coaching versus the Celtics coach. He just letting them play ball. It's like, go have a great
Exactly.
time.
So that's 2 games in a row.
All
We
right.
did something historic that's never been done before. Is that not proving that we have the pedigree not only to do what we just did, but to do it against the defending
I know,
champions?
but you have to admit they're not playing
at-
the greatest ball as a unit.
Neither are we.
That's what I'm
Both
talking about.
teams aren't-
That's what I'm talking about. The
both
Knicks.
teams aren't playing good, right?
Okay.
They're not. But what do championships teams do? They figure out how to win, right?
And that's
what have the Knicks done the last 2 games? Figured out how to win, Lewis. Believe. Believe in us. Come on, Lou. You want to believe?
No,
You
I
can't-
want to
listen,
see the story.
you
That I want to
can't-
see.
But you can't deny this is so much fun to watch. Don't deny it.
I think what's
Come
fun.
on,
Okay,
bro.
shut up. I think what's fun for me. Is that I'm hoping for the story because I believe in the story to be entertaining. The NBA is not entertaining if there's no stories. This is why it's hard to see, as many people may hate him, when LeBron's not in the playoffs or he's not in the championship, like he's not in the finals, the storylines are not fun. Look at last year's ratings. They were not the greatest. You have the Cavs, you have the Celtics and the Mavs. No one cared about it. When
The
it's
last couple have been pretty bad.
yeah. And then you have the Nuggets and I forgot the Heat. That was boring too. Like whenever they're not in it, either the Golden State or LeBron, I'm sad to say, it's kind of boring. There's no story. So if the Knicks do it, obviously in New York, it'll be a big deal. But I'm just talking about the Eastern Conference Finals. That alone is a story, is great. And then if the Knicks make it to the finals, depending on who they play, it'll be great for New York, obviously, because they haven't been there since when? What, 1999?
Yeah.
So or something like that. No, was it 99? I don't remember. But it's one of those things. But I think it's good. It's good storytelling. That's all it is. I just think it's good storytelling.
This guy thinks the NBA is WWE, bro.
Good stories are great. Look at the World Series last year, right? Yankees, Dodgers. You had superstars, bro.
True.
You had and then the Yankees are
the Yankees
universal.
lost, man.
I know they lost, but then you have the Dodgers that are universal because of Ohtani. It's like they're reaching demographics and markets that we've never seen before, especially in the World Series. So when you have superstars and you have great stories, the Yankees Dodgers go all the way back to the early 1900s. You know what I'm saying? They've been battling forever. So good stories is good. That's what I want to see.
If the Knicks win the championship, I'm gonna have a baby and name them Jalen, whether it's a boy or girl. That's it.
Chris.
And they gotta put a statue of him outside the stadium. That's it. Offer it.
All for one championship. Wow.
100%.
Even if he's not the
They did
MVP.
I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care.
Wow.
Put the statue just like this outside of the stadium, bro.
Nah, you're crazy, Chris.
I retire his number.
Wow.
I'll
The number he
admit-
wanted, he couldn't even get.
I'll admit that
That's why he got 11.
he's done more for the city than Melo if he wins a championship. 100%.
Do you not think he's done already more than Melo?
No, it's about even.
You're talking about 3
Only
years back to
because-
back to back playoffs.
Only because I'll say this.
Just saying, baby.
I think the front office for the Knicks during the Melo era did him extremely filthy, right? Because
But you got to admit, they gave away everybody to get him. So when he got on the
No.
team, there was no one there, bro.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's one thing to do that and then bring people in to build a team around him, which they did, and then completely blow it up when Phil Jackson got there. Phil Jackson, as the GM, did Melo absolute filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy. Okay. And I feel like Jalen has a much more well-rounded team around him. Way
Yeah.
better supporting cast.
Yeah.
A younger supporting cast. Where you could see,
And I
like,
think a better
last
coach,
game-
too. The bottom line is the better
Yeah.
coach, yeah.
like,
D'Antoni wasn't
last
great.
Game, it proved like we didn't need him to go for 30 to win the game, right? We just needed him in that moment. What he did in the fourth quarter, what Mikal Bridges did in the fourth quarter, was all we needed to get the dub. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to my New York Knicks. Let's hope for the best on Saturday. If we win on Saturday, I think series is
I think it's over. I
it's
think
over.
I think because there's still a good chance. Obviously, they could win Game 4, but I think it all depends on how the game turns out.
I think they do win Game 4. I think we win in either 5 or 6. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
I mean,
I would
sure.
much rather listen. I would much rather sweep, but
It'd be crazy, right? To get a
I'm
sweep.
still being realistic here. I would love a sweep.
Yeah, to get a
But
sweep, I think
I'm
would be
being
great.
realistic here. And then I would love a good series against the Pacers so we can get our rematch. And I want us to win fair and square against them. Because last year, the fact that we even took them to 7 with our super injured team was insane. And if we could stay healthy and pull that off and make it to the finals, oh my God, bro. I'll cry.
So this is the thing. Now, you obviously you have you have a lot of games left. I know this is very exciting for you and Knicks fans, but I just don't want it to be where you get to the finals and then it's like, oh, we are winning this whole thing. I think it's more. I think Knicks fans they should be excited, but you know how Knicks fans are. They win Game 1 in their first playoff game a couple years ago, and they shut down all of Manhattan, and they're climbing
I mean, we're gonna do that
poles.
regardless.
They're doing what the Philadelphia Eagle fans were doing. You can't do that, bro.
But
You didn't
here's
win
the
nothing
thing.
yet.
Here's the thing, right? I need people to understand something.
What?
The city of New York has been deprived for way too long. Way too long.
The Yankees won in
Way
09.
too long, brother.
I mean, what have your Mets done for us
That's
lately?
over a decade.
Yeah, but what have the Mets done? At least the Yankees
What's the
did
last
something.
New York championship team?
Oh wait, no.
I mean the Giants.
The Giants. What was
against
it?
The Patriots.
2011. That's the last
Or
time.
12.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's 11. 2011.
Brother, that's still over a decade. It's been 13 years since any of our teams.
That
have
shouldn't
won
count
anything.
because the Giants play in New Jersey, so the New Jersey Giants.
Man, get out of here. Where's the parade? Exactly.
They should have it in New Jersey. They play there. They play there.
City.
They play there.
City.
All right.
But we've been deprived, right? A lot of these other places, they're not deprived.
Yeah.
Okay. We are. We need something. We need hope. It's sad. Okay.
It is.
We're tired of getting so far and nothing happening. It doesn't matter who it is. The Yankees last year, the Mets last year, both made it as far as they could possibly go within their
I thought the Yankees had a good chance. There was some questionable things that happened in the World Series
and
last
the
year.
Mets outperformed the Yankees against that same team. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It happens.
The thing is the
We both
matchups
lost.
the matchups were a little bit better. You're nice.
We both lost. We both lost to the same team.
Pitching
right?
has always been a problem for the Yankees, and that's the sad part.
We stunk it up. The Rangers, hockey, the Islanders, all these. I don't even watch hockey, but they make the playoffs every year just to lose.
Especially the Rangers.
Knicks,
yeah.
The Knicks, the last 3 years, playoffs, lose. It hurts. The Jets and the Giants, ass. We got the Bills, maybe, but the Bills can't do nothing.
You got to feel bad. That's the one team. If there's one team you feel bad for, they can't get over the hump. The hump is too big.
New York sports has been in shambles.
The hump is too big.
Long. We want something. All right, we need something. Even if it's just a mental victory of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the actual finals, if that happens.
Let's say I don't like to do this thing, but let's say you do make the next round Eastern Conference Finals. Do you think you beat Indiana?
I do. I think
Indiana's but Indiana's healthy too. I think this is why the matchup is so great because everyone's doing well,
right? Indiana's healthy, but they're facing unhealthy teams, right?
Yes.
Whereas us healthy, we had the defenders to stop what they're good at. Okay. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Right? Like both their guards are going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bridges and OG. Hey, you got to beat them. That's going to be tough for anybody. Yeah. Look at what's going on with the Celtics right now. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are playing like ass because they have OG and Mikal Bridges guarding them all game, and they're doing a fantastic job of making them uncomfortable. They really are. It's just the truth.
Yeah, but as a superstar, I feel like would you admit that Tatum's the bigger superstar in this entire series?
Of course.
So it's like when you think of superstars like that, they should overcome these adversities. But I feel like he
I
does.
agree. Listen, I agree.
He does.
I agree.
He kind of reminds me of Judge. It's like when it counts the most, he's not there to show up.
Listen, he got performed last year in the finals by
Mhm.
his number 2.
Yeah,
Um, he hasn't really performed that well, regardless, in this entire playoffs. Not even just us. The series before,
I
he
know.
wasn't playing well either. All playoffs last year, he shot terrible as well.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe Tom Thibodeau stepped it up and was like, I know what to do. Let them shoot. I'm not that he's like, yo,
Yeah.
just let them shoot. They'll start missing crazy eventually.
Yeah.
And it's happened twice. So it's like, oh, maybe he knows something we don't know.
Yeah.
And clearly it's worked 2 games in a row. And I want to see what happens with the Knicks at home, because unfortunately for us, I think we play worse at home.
Yeah.
We've
You
been
have
road
been.
warriors.
You have been. Yeah.
We've been road warriors this entire time. We haven't lost a game on the road.
This is why Game 3 matters, because you guys haven't been playing well at home.
And
you're up 2-0. Like, you
We're up
have
2-0.
to perform at home. That play, Chris, I'm telling you, you're missing out. You should pay the
Oh, it's gonna be
$750.
crazy.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
insane,
definitely.
bro.
No, I'll watch
Come
it.
on,
I'll
man.
watch it at my
Nah,
house. No
take a
way.
date, bro. Come on. now.
No way, brother. I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, but at
Um,
least you witness history, regardless if you win or lose.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not doing that to myself.
No,
'Cause
it's
here's the
gonna
thing,
be crazy. It's gonna
I'm
be
under the
nuts.
belief that if I show up to the game, we're gonna lose. I'm bad juju if I show up in
Wow.
person.
You don't think Timothy Chalamet is
The only team,
bad juju?
where I've been to the games and they've won almost every single time is the Jets. Surprisingly, every time I went to a
Preseason
Jets
games?
game, I think they only lost one. No, I go to like the actual games. Every time I've gone to a game, except for one time against, it was a Monday night game against the Texans that we lost
Boring.
at the end of it. But that was it. Every other game we won. You
I
feel
mean,
me?
the 1 or 2 games you win per season, I get it.
See, why you gotta be a hater, bro?
How many
Why you
how
gotta be
many
a
how many
hater?
games they win this season coming up? How many games? Have you analyzed the draft picks? What do
Here's
you
the
think?
thing. I haven't been able to. I want to see them in action. I think give me
Mm.
like the 2 preseason games just
Okay.
to see at least a little bit. 2, 3 preseason games, and then right before the season starts, I can make somewhat of a prediction.
I didn't even get to
Because
ask you
remember,
this.
we got a whole new team now, so like
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening at this
Yeah.
point.
You guys. Okay, I want to ask you this. You guys do not have Aaron Rodgers anymore. How do you
Yeah,
feel about that? Do you think he should have came back for
I'm
a third
happy.
season?
Nah, get him out.
But you were
Get him out.
excited when he got traded the first time.
Of
And I told you it
course.
was a bad idea, but you're like, no, it's great.
I
We,
mean,
we
you
have
gotta
a
think about it too, though,
chance.
right? We technically on paper we did.
hmm Defense was great.
It
I can't
was
take that away from you guys.
honestly, it was unfortunate what happened his first season, and
Yeah.
I think that just created a crazy spiral of just bad juju on the team.
Yeah. And
You
then
know what I'm
just him
saying?
talking like, bro, just hide. Go away.
And I listen. I still like Rodgers. I don't think he's like a terrible QB or a bad person or
No, of
whatever.
course
But
not.
the weekly things, all the extra news
The
that
Pat
he brings,
McAfee's, all that.
right? Like New York's already enough pressure
Yeah. That's
to
why I
to
knew it
play
wasn't
in,
gonna work. It just he
right?
doesn't fit it.
New York's already enough pressure. I think he brought extra pressure that we didn't
Yeah.
need. So even though we sucked, I feel like every team tried to play their best against us just to embarrass him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with just being an ass team that nobody cares about anymore. And we kind of slip under the radar. If we are good, then we overachieve.
Yeah.
And if we suck, we suck. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'd rather have that this year than the whole circus and
I
all the
agree.
extra stuff.
I agree. I thought it was a good
honestly. So
idea. You
I'm not
guys
mad at that.
didn't get him back. He's too much of a headache. He's older. I know he didn't. I mean, he performed well last season, but it wasn't
He did.
great. It wasn't something that I knew ahead of time it wasn't going to be anything special because I just
You know what's crazy though?
don't think he
Even
works
though
with the team.
I think his numbers were really good, but the issue was most of the games that we lost that we actually could have won. We lost so many games by like
Yeah.
less than 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
And most of those times we lost was because he made a stupid play at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're supposed to come here and be Mr. Clutch. I think the only time it worked out was when he threw up that Hail Mary to freaking Lazard and
Yeah.
freaking, whatever. But outside of that, he wasn't Mr. Clutch. He wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Interception after interception at the end of the games, garbage time stats, whatever. I'm happy he's gone. Good for him. I hope the Steelers love what he brings to the table because that's exactly where he's going.
Yeah, I don't see the Jets doing anything special, nor do I see the Giants doing anything special. Nothing coming out of New York. But I do see like there's some foundation for the Jets more than for the Giants.
Yeah.
It just seems
agree.
confusing over there.
But I think the Giants kind of put their foot in their mouth with the whole Danny Dimes stuff.
Yeah.
I think they kind of
Yeah.
they kind of messed themselves up with that. But hey, listen, as long as the Patriots suck with us, I'm okay.
No, you see, that's why I think things turn around. We got Rabel. I knew Mayo was the setup guy because I feel like they always wanted Rabel anyway. And I think it's
feel
just
bad for him.
I do. I feel bad. That's why I said he was when they signed him. I say he's a setup guy. It's BS. It's a setup
Because it's like you give him a one and done season.
because they
You
knew
coulda
what was
just
being
signed-
left over when Belichick left. That's why.
Rabel was available last year. You could have just signed him.
I
then.
know. That's why I said, Chris, they wanted him, but they said, you know what? Let's not give him a bad team. Let Mayo
They're
take this
foul.
guy. Yeah,
They're foul for that.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
it is messed up. Robert Kraft is messed up for that. I don't think he did the right move by doing that. But I think this team is a little bit better. I think under this regime and direction, I think they'll be better, obviously, than last year, but they'll probably get closer to 9 wins, in my opinion. I have a feeling. I think
I think your defense is going to be leagues better.
Yeah.
Offensively, you guys are still going to be ass. Ass.
I think you have to give him another chance. I think
Who?
the quarterback.
May? I'm
Yeah,
not saying
Drake
don't
May.
give him a chance.
That's
I'm
what I'm
just saying
saying.
he's not good. I think you give him 2 more years at least
I
on the new coaching.
Yes,
and all
that's
that
what I'm
stuff. Give him at
saying.
least that.
That's what I'm saying. Last year was his
Do I
rookie
think he's
season.
gonna be
Nothing was
good,
great.
though? No.
You
He's
don't
Mac
think
Jones 2.0, Louis.
you don't
Absolutely not.
I would say
You
Mac
don't
Jones
believe it.
played
You don't
better
even believe it.
better than Drake May did in
Yeah,
the
with
first
worse
season.
players.
So I just think given this season a new chance, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I feel like there's some things there that the chemistry will work better.
Who's your wide receiver 1 right now?
It's not a superstar. I know they signed what's his name? Man, it's an old wide receiver. What's his name? He played with the Bills. Damn, I can't remember his name.
With the Bills.
I think he played with the Bills. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. I see his face. I can see his face. I don't know what his. I
What's
don't know
his
his
number on the Bills.
I don't know.
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
Oh, you guys got Diggs. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad number 1 option. He was on the Texans last year.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I know we're not gonna do great, but we're gonna do better, and that's what I'm happy for. Progress. You know
Like
what I'm
you
saying?
think you're headed in the right direction, like championship direction again?
Not right now. No, but you gotta admit, you don't think Rabel's a good coach?
No.
Wow. Okay. I think we should end the podcast now. I think
No. Listen. I think he's a good coach, but to me, he's football's Tom Thibodeau.
But Tom Thibodeau is good. I like Tom Thibodeau.
I'm not saying they're bad coaches. I'm just saying he's football's Tom Thibodeau.
So then he's gonna bring to the playoffs this year.
Probably.
That'd be
I
great.
don't think this year. Maybe next year.
You
I would say
think
next year, give him a year.
you think the division is? I mean, besides the Bills, you think Miami's good?
So I think Miami's window is closing.
I think it's
right?
closed already.
I think the Jets and the Patriots are the only ones kind of set up for the up and up. I
Yes.
think the Bills window is closing as well.
When
Now,
you
the
have a
only thing
quarterback like
keeping-
him, I
that's the
don't.
thing, the only thing that's keeping them afloat is Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback, man. Superstar, bro.
But their window might be closing as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's too many moments of going to the playoffs late and just not performing well. I think
Now,
that is over. It's
I'm
done.
not a Bills fan.
Neither am I.
But I would like to see them win one.
You feel
I would like
bad
to
for
see
them.
him win one.
That's why. It's because you feel bad. They're so close.
I
Whose
would love
fault
to
is
see
it?
them win one just because.
It's the Chiefs' fault. They keep stopping them. It's like the Bulls in the 90s stopping the Knicks.
And before it was the Chiefs, it was the Patriots with Tom Brady.
That's
just,
true.
They can't.
Yeah, they can't catch a
figure it
break.
out.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
That's the AFC in general. The AFC cannot catch a break regardless.
Yeah.
Right? Because right after Tom Brady,
It's just
now we
Mahomes.
got to deal with Mahomes, bro.
And there was no little breathing room. It was just
instantly.
it was just
Instantly.
Yeah, right.
We're cooked.
Yeah. Brady beats him,
at least,
and then he just starts winning after.
when Brady was there, we at least had, I feel like we had better playoff competition, right? Like with Peyton Manning on the Colts.
Yeah.
It was always because Peyton had a better record against Tom Brady in the playoffs. He did. Every time they faced each other in the playoffs.
I don't know if it was better.
It was.
That was his greatest competition. I will admit that.
But every time they faced each other in the playoffs, Manning left with a better record against Brady.
I will have to look that up.
I think they faced each other 3 times, and the Colts are 2-1.
In his whole career?
Mm-hmm.
3 times? Nah, that seems a little low.
I'll look it up right now.
Look it up right now. You know, while you're looking that up, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we never did an intro, and this podcast should turn into an episode of sports.
You know what? Hold on.
Sports talk.
Lou, I want you to do the intro. Come on, man. For the one time. You don't even know what episode it is.
I think it's 25.
Nope.
26? We're on 26? Damn. You see, but I don't even know what you be saying sometimes. Like, I'll be like zoned out. Like, I just wait for, and Lan Mind's kaboom. I don't know what you be saying.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Art of Nonsense podcast, episode 26. I'm Chris Anthony, and that's
Lan Mind. 36 minutes later, the intro is in, and we're going to be out of here. So, grand opening, grand closing.
Okay.
How many times?
They faced each other 5 times.
I knew it was a little bit more than 3.
Manning won 3 and lost 2.
Okay.
He has a better record against Brady in the playoffs.
All right. I thought it was more than 5, but I knew for sure it was more than 3.
I think the Mannings are the only 2 quarterbacks to defeat Brady more than they've lost to him in the playoffs.
Well, obviously, because you got Eli, and I was only in the Super Bowl. You can't face them. They're different. Come on, Chris. What's wrong with you?
Right, bro? Twice. So the Mannings are currently 5-2 against.
Do you think, man, this is a crazy question I'm about to ask you because now you got to go down memory lane. Do you think the quarterbacks that Brady faced were harder than what Mahomes is facing now?
No. I think it's very similar, to be honest with you. And I think the quarterbacks now are way more scary than the ones that Brady was facing.
Really? So
because
you just
most of them are dual threats.
Well, because
Tom
they
Brady
run
was facing a bunch of old white men that couldn't run.
No, he faced McNabb and he faced come on. McNabb was that guy, you know what I'm saying?
McNabb could not run for his life. Michael Vick, maybe.
Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did face whatchamacallit? He faced Mahomes a couple times too, and
he faced. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying overall, I think it's fairly even.
Phillip Rivers was good.
Yeah, guess what? We have the new age Phillip Rivers on the same team at that.
And Roethlisberger, he was a big dude. He run through people, bro. It's like Gronk throwing a football. Big Ben. No? Come on. That's a big dude.
No, I was a big fan of Big Ben, actually. I liked him as a
quarterback. Oh, yeah? I hated him.
As a person, he was kind of
a yeah. We don't get into that.
As a quarterback, he was fun to watch.
I hate the Steelers.
But you had
There's like 3 teams that I hate, and the Steelers was one of them, bro.
You had Drew Brees.
Okay. Drew Brees, yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Drew Brees. Drew Brees was great.
Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning. Who else they had?
We're thinking the AFC. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers was on NFC, so.
Yeah, but even then, like.
You're talking about, just overall regular season?
Yeah, from that era.
Yeah, definitely Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Right. And then you got Joe Burrow, Lamar.
I like Lamar Jackson. I don't really care for Joe Burrow. I like Josh Allen a lot. I think he's really good. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is great.
Pat. What's this guy's name? Why am I forgetting his name? The one that I just compared to Phillip Rivers. He's pretty much Phillip Rivers 2.0.
Oh gosh.
The quarterback for the Chargers right now.
Yeah, can't think of his name.
Why am I forgetting his name?
We're getting old, Chris. Unless we do this, like we work for ESPN, it's gonna be hard for us to remember all these names, bro.
Like, brother, why
I can't
am I
think.
really forgetting his name?
I know I'm blanking out right now, and I wish I had stats on my screen. Like if we had a producer and they just send it to us as we're talking.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, yes, but
brother, stat wise, he's fantastic.
So he is Phillip Rivers then, if that's the case.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's Phillip Rivers 2.0 on the same team. And
they fill up the stats
it's
all
insane.
the time. Yeah, but they just don't perform well in the playoffs.
100%.
I don't know.
Let me see the what would you consider Brady's time, right?
It has from 2001 to 2021. Talking about 20-year season. 2021, yeah. He was just dominant. There's no way to go around it, bro. Like he won more than he lost, obviously. And he really, like, if you think about it, outside of the AFC, outside of the NFC, he beat everyone more than they beat him. Every quarterback.
That's true. And then you got, like, right now, you got people like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is really good.
Jalen Hurts is really good. I agree. Jalen Hurts is good.
The rookie quarterback,
Dak Prescott, not too much.
No, Jaden Daniels from Washington. He's fantastic.
Yeah. That's a good young star right there.
Who
else? We forgot Tony Romo. I think he did really good in the regular season.
They're the same. Same. Is Tony Romo 2.0.
I've always said that.
It's crazy. I've always said that teams literally get like a second version of somebody that was good for them. Because like it's not that Dak. I don't think Dak is a terrible quarterback. I think he's actually really good. It's just when it comes to crunch time, same thing with Tony Romo. It doesn't click. It's insane.
Yeah. I agree.
You also got people like Jared Goff. Jared Goff, number wise, is really good. Really good. Come on now, Lou, don't be a hater.
I'm not. I'm just saying that Super Bowl with him and Brady just was boring.
That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
It was just boring.
They both played terrible.
It was boring.
And I know you love Brady, but you have to admit.
I admit it. I said it. Nobody played well. It was a defensive Super Bowl, and that was boring.
Brother, 13-10. I'm all for a good defense.
Yeah, but there was nothing going on.
Exciting plays.
It was ever. 3 and out. It was like the punters. I saw the punters more than I saw anyone else.
Like it's one thing to have a good.
Shouldn't they get an MVP?
Where they're getting crazy stops, like some interceptions, or fumble or something.
Yeah,
there was nothing.
I know.
It was just.
I know. Trust me. Tell me about it.
Matthew Stafford. How are we forgetting Matthew Stafford?
I like Matthew Stafford. I like him.
Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Brother, he's a Super Bowl champion. Don't disrespect Russell Wilson like that.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of when he was with the Broncos. Let's ride. It's just, he's so weird. No, why is he a weirdo?
How crazy is this, though? Both the Steelers quarterbacks from last season,
I know,
are currently on a New York roster.
It's crazy.
Who do you think has a better season, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
Fields. I think Wilson is.
You think so?
Yeah, Russell Wilson's done, bro. I can't do this anymore with him.
You think the Giants?
He's so weird. He's awkward.
You think the Giants pull the plug and put Winston in?
No, I told you about this. Winston is the cheaper version of Cam Newton. He's just too cocky.
Nah, don't disrespect Cam Newton like that, yo.
I said the cheaper version of Cam Newton. Listen, I know. No. That's not disrespect because I know what Cam.
The Walmart Cam Newton, you're bugging.
Yeah, I would say
They're
so.
Not even
yeah,
in the same stratosphere. Son.
I'm talking about not game plan. I'm talking about attitude, the way they hold themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like the cockiness and the child play. I feel like Cam is like that.
Dude, that's not a thing. The way you hold yourself. What are you talking about?
You know what I mean, Christopher? Like how you
mean the way you carry themselves?
Like, yeah, hold yourself and carry yourself. Same thing. Don't make this a clip now, brother.
Bro, it's not even remote.
What are you doing when you carry something? You're holding it. No, not like that. You took it that way. You took it. Not talking like that.
The way you hold yourself is crazy.
Anyway, bro, we're like 50 minutes in. Let's end this podcast. We just started into a talk show now, sports talk show, ESPN. First take, second take.
It's sports season right now. We love sports.
Yeah.
We'll do this off air. I'll talk to you off air about this.
All right, don't let nobody know. Plans. The future. All right, we're gonna invite Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
It's blasphemy. Thank you for joining us to talk about the nonsense and the art of it. Until next time.
Peace.